Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast.
Welcome into Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Daniel Hayes, with Matt Baker.
That's me.
You can find us at avgffpod.com. You can also find us on Apple, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube. Just search Google for Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast. We're usually in the top 2 results. Go give us a like, follow, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddy, your gritty granny. Going beep, beep, beep down Sesame Street. You remember that? You remember that?
Vaguely.
Anyway, tell them all. Got a beer of the week. It's called Old Chub. I couldn't pass it up. I've never heard of it. It's from Oscar Blues. That's Oscar with an R. I mean a K, sorry.
Well, duh, there's an R in there.
Oscar with a K. Blues Brewery. It's called Old Chub Scotch Ale. It doesn't have any descriptor
I was
on it.
looking. I didn't see the box because I need to know something about it, but they're being secretive.
Hold on, there's something here. It says 7 varieties of malt combined to create complex flavors of candied figs, raisin, and toffee with a hint of smoke.
That's what it is.
So okay, intensely flavorful, it'll inflate your bagpipes with every swig.
So figs and toffee. That's what I'm getting here. I was thinking like a.
God, it doesn't sound good. I can tell you.
I was thinking like a chocolate. Something with like a chocolatey.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's weird.
It's not bad.
It's weird. Like I don't.
It's definitely a strange flavor.
It is. It's not something that I was expecting.
No.
But
title of your sex ed.
That is true. That is true.
It's not bad though. Yes, it's called Old Chub, and then you saw it, and you're like, same.
Yeah, same. But yeah, no, it's not bad at all. It's just weird. I don't know.
It's 8%. So
yeah, be careful.
Yeah,
just be careful.
Oh, all right. Well, how about that Thursday night game?
That's pretty good.
It was.
It was a little more competitive than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
they covered.
But like I said, the Bills' defense is buns. So, of course, Tua is going to throw 2 touchdowns, and Ollie Gordon is going to score 1. So, that's got to happen.
But the Bills' offense is historic right now. They're breaking records in the first 3 games.
It's so great. You give this guy a bunch of mediocre tools to work with, and he can run the field.
It is unreal what he's able to do. And speaking of running the field, he didn't even have to do a ton of running.
He didn't.
And
some of his throws.
James Cook is the best. He might be the best running back right now in football.
He's definitely proven he was worth the money they spent to get him. I will say,
I am thoroughly impressed.
Skeptical here is no longer. He's
made
skeptical.
Ray Davis non-existent.
Yeah, he's made anybody that could. Josh Allen doesn't have to run the ball because James Cook's doing so well. So
he's getting a touchdown a game at least.
He looks good almost every run. He looks good. So.
I got to give props to Kincaid. He's looking like a top 2-3 tight end right now.
Funniest freaking thing, man. So I got the notification. I go into the bathroom. I forgot the game came on. And he got the first touchdown, and I got the notification. It was like Dalton Kincaid looking like Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
So I go turn the game on, and then Josh Allen targets him in the red zone, and he freaking alligator arms it right there. I was like, oh, yeah, they're right. He looks like the regular Kincaid out there. I was dumb. It was so, and I know I missed the touchdown. You know, it was long past that, but I mean, it was just funny to me.
Yeah.
That I come into that. But yeah, no, he did really well.
Yeah.
He had a couple really good runs after the catch and everything. It looked. He almost got that other touchdown. I mean, he got tackled right at the line. So.
I totally misread the vibes on him before the season based off of what they were saying, talking about he's going to be more limited than he was last year. And I think basically what they were saying by that was we're not going to put him out there to do all the blocking bullshit. He's going to be out there to do all the catching and scoring bullshit.
Or maybe they said that to make him go, well, let me show you why I need to be out there.
Could be some media mind games that what's his face, the head coach Scott, whatever his name is.
Maybe him and Quentin Johnston went and saw the same coach.
McDermott,
yeah.
Good Lord.
Maybe him and Quentin Johnston went and saw the same catching coach in the offseason, and now they're both just elite catchers.
But yeah, it was a far more competitive game for most of it than I thought it was going to be. The Bills were an 11.5-point favorite, so they still covered. But I thought they were going to probably put 40 on them, and they were, beat them by 20 or so.
They ran the clock really good the game. I was kind of impressed with the second half with them they tempered things back some because it seemed like everything was moving so quick. the first half they were letting the Dolphins get back out there to score again. So
Yeah, because the Dolphins made that big drive at the end of the first half, and that was big for them to stay in that game when they went into halftime. So it was nice also to see Tyreek Hill, catching some big passes out there. You saw it felt like you were seeing a little bit of old Tyreek and some of the catches he's made.
15 feet off the ground on that one pass. He got ups, man.
Yeah.
It was,
and Waddle was involved, so it was good to see them both get a score, have good fantasy weeks. I actually benched Tyreek in a couple of leagues where I had him just because he was killing me. And we'll see if that pays off. I benched him for Keenan Allen in 2 different leagues, so we're going to see. I'm not going to say it was a bad move until I see what Keenan does.
Well, judging by this year's fantasy, I mean, it's probably a good move. I mean, you can tell Herbert loves Keenan Allen.
Yes.
And that's where he belongs. We thought he was washed, but it turns out he was just on the Bears. So we don't have to worry about Keenan Allen being washed because we are a day late. We usually do a Thursday night show, but I had an emergency with my dog yesterday. He's having some respiratory issues, trying to sort that out. And I didn't get home till time just wasn't going to work out. Plus Baker was running a little late, so it kind of worked out better for both of us to just push it a day. So I ended up staying up there till 10:30 and then coming home and burning all night. So
and so that's what it is when this isn't our life. I'd love to be every day. I just have to wake up and worry about putting together a podcast, but I don't have that luxury. So sometimes we have to push in order.
Push it a day,
to get.
But we still get out there and give y'all our average take on the whole
absolutely.
football
So with
world.
that, let's hit some average news. Boom. All right. Big news. Younghoe Koo has been released by Atlanta. Parker Romo is now the starter. It's crazy. He had one bad game, and then they're like, get the fuck out.
Well, he had a couple misses last year that were kind of crucial, but that was a bad game, though. That was like a Carlos Santos game. Like You know what I mean? It wasn't like just, we can forgive you for costing the whole thing, but I kind of saw the writing in the walls waiting on it to happen, but especially since Parker Romo went out there and
balled out.
Yeah.
Quinshon Judkins he's trending towards getting more snaps. They really like what he has, and based off of the work he's getting with the fact that he hasn't really practiced until a week ago, shows that they really want to get him highly involved in this offense. So I think that's going to keep trending that way. There's with Disley being out, Conklin could be a sneaky play. He's going to be trending to get more snaps and touches for the Chargers as well. And D-Hop, D-Hop still looks pretty solid for Baltimore, so he could be a sneaky play as well. He's had a touchdown in both games, and it seems like he's still got some juice there, so he could end up being that number 2 receiving option because no one really besides Flowers has been consistently getting receptions for the Ravens. So that's fun. Brock Purdy, highly unlikely. Fields is definitely out, and Daniels is out. So that means that Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones going to get another start. Tyrod Taylor.
Incentives, man.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor is getting a start this week, as well as Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, Marcus Daniels is out too.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota could be a sneaky DFS play just because they're playing against Vegas. So,
and their offense is kind of built for his style of quarterback. I mean, with Jaden Daniels, is similar that run.
There's also
kind of passing.
A revenge narrative there because didn't he get signed to the Raiders a year or two ago? Where he was supposed to be the guy, and they benched him.
They ended up
Garoppolo or something.
Aiden O'Connell or something started over.
So
there could
crazy. There could be some little bit of a revenge.
I didn't think about that.
That.
That's probably a good call. Yeah.
Yeah. Evan Ingram also out. Disley out, and Isaiah Likely is limited. They still haven't ruled him out, but he's getting closer and closer to getting out there, which will be good because it's not like Mark Andrews is doing any fucking thing.
Well, thank God they ruled Ingram out, so I don't have to worry about putting him in my lineup. But I'm done with it now. Thank
God, yes,
I'm done with it. I would rather run Troutman out there now.
If I hear them talk about the Joker one more time, I'm going to turn into the Joker.
I'm so done. Yeah.
Brock Bowers is good to go, as well as Josh Jacobs, Christian Kirk, and Dallas Goedert.
Thank goodness on Christian Kirk. I picked him up in 2 leagues and redraft leagues where I not needed, but I like the upside.
Hopefully
I really do.
Yeah, hopefully he can get utilized. He was getting utilized week 1 before he went out. So, Tucker Kraft's most likely going to be out, which that's the way it goes. He breaks out. Everybody's like, that's the guy you got to have. And then he gets hurt in practice.
Yeah.
And
has an amazing week. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, he's hurt.
And it's
now.
like the coach, their quotes are so weird. They come out and they're like, well, good news is he's not going to be out the rest of the season. Okay. Well, what's the bad? Like, how long is he going to be out? And it's like, didn't want to give anything, but the way they're talking, it's, the feelings could be that he might miss multiple weeks. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out more. Tyler Warren is dealing with a toe. So also toe. Everybody has toe issues this year.
It's a lot of that. I think they're going to blame it on the fake fields or whatever.
They're going to blame it on the tush push is what they'll probably blame it on.
Yes. Eventually, it's going to be the tush push is what does it.
But yeah, he's questionable, so you want to keep an eye on that. Xavier Worthy is still limited. He's still trying to come back from that dislocated shoulder.
From that Kelsey push.
Yeah. Joe Burrow had his surgery, so they're saying optimistically it'll be 3 months. And so yeah, if you I don't think the backup quarterback there was
Browning.
Thank you. I don't think Browning's a terrible play. He's definitely a gunslinger. He could get you a good week. He's going to move the ball. He's not a dink and dunk guy. So, that's good with those type of receivers. If he can start clicking, he can start trying to get the ball downfield. He was in 2023 when he had to play for most of the season. He wasn't terrible.
Well, in 6-point passing touchdowns, he can be money. If you're playing 4-point passing touchdowns still, it hurts because he's going to throw 2 picks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's where you kind of lose your points, If he throws 2 touchdowns and then he throws 2 picks, you lose one of those touchdowns.
Right.
At least in 6 points, you kind of gain that. You get that little extra edge.
Cushion, yeah. And Darren Waller expected to be there for week 4, believe it or not. I'll believe it when I see it.
Holy shit. Why didn't they start him on the IR? But no, I guess he couldn't start week 4 then. But look, I'm holding on to him in one league that's a super tight end premium on the off chance that he comes out and blows up. Like, could you imagine if
he's going to come out and play 2 series and then he's going to be in the blue tent?
We're thinking he's like a Galladay. Is that what's going on, dude?
Absolutely.
Signs
I don't
the
think
contract.
He wants to play. I think he just needed some money. What happened was he tried to make it in a music career, and it was like unclean ass.
It cost him so much money to produce his own stuff.
Yeah, and then not sell any of it. So
yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. Between the music and the podcast, it was rough on the ears, I should say.
All right. Well, let's hit on some key games for this week. Man, that bass player, I love him. All right, we'll kick it off with the Packers at the Browns. I think that Packers defense is freaking insane right now in a good way. And I don't expect a ton from the Browns offensively. So I don't know. What are you doing with Browns players right now?
Hopefully they're not on my team.
But if you had, let me just say, you have to play your one player. It doesn't matter who on the Browns, and if they score more than 12 points, you win $1 million. But if they score under 12 points, you lose your house.
I'll probably put Judy out there.
That's the one.
He's the only one that I would
Tillman out.
He's the only one I feel confident that is going to potentially. I mean, they're both. Tillman gets more targets, but last week, he only caught 2.
I don't even know.
7,
Actually, Judy has one more target than Tillman.
Yeah, that's a similar target share. Here's what I think is going to happen.
Judy is the more explosive one. Yes.
This is what I predict is going to happen in this game. I think that we're going to see Dylan Gabriel before halftime. We saw him a little bit last game, like come into the end of it.
Yeah, they're getting clapped by Green Bay,
and I think we see Dylan Gabriel, and I see the offense completely turn around.
You think it's going to get better with Gabriel?
I do, and
why?
Only on. I think it's like how like all these teams get their shit beat out of them, and then all of a sudden they start bringing their rookies in and putting them out there. They have this comeback game out of nowhere.
Did you see JJ McCarthy play?
Oh no,
and Dylan Gabriel's not even close to how good JJ McCarthy is. Well, they started the
season with JJ McCarthy, and he looked like buns the whole 3 quarters.
I'm going to tell you right now, there is in my mind, there's a 0% chance they get better if they bring in if they bring out Gabriel. Gabriel did not look good in the preseason. That he didn't look good in any preseason games. He didn't get any good press. I think that I don't know. I can't. I know you got some hot takes, so that might be the hottest take you've ever had on this show to say that Dillon Gabriel is going to make it better than Joe Flacco.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to come out there and they're going to win the game, but I think it's going to pick up. It's going to be strange.
There's no way Jerry Jeudy gets 8 targets and Tillman both get 8 targets a game with Gabriel out there. There's no way.
I think he can do it.
No. Oh my God. I can't wait for this. If it happens, it will be one of the greatest.
I'll be the whisperer.
Oh,
the best guesser of any of it.
Because there's literally no statistical reasoning for it. That's what I'm saying. There's no historical reasoning and there's no statistical logical reasoning. It's just gut reasoning this point.
It's just saying this is a total guess. It may happen, and I want to be the person on record saying it did.
Well, you'll be the only on record.
I'll be the only one.
Maybe besides like Gabriel's mom, and even then, she's probably like, "Nah, Flacco."
She's like, "No, there's no
the better
way."
option.
Yeah. She's like, "There's no way that he needs to start." No, he doesn't.
Well, let's go to the other side of the ball. You're playing Love. You're playing Jacobs. The wide receivers for Green Bay is where the real questions lie. I think Dobbs is probably the more stable play here, and I think Golden's the upside play. So I think both of them are in play. I want to talk about Dontavian Wicks and see how you're feeling about him. Last week he had 6 targets, caught 4 of them. He had an I-8 week. He didn't kill you, but he's been involved. His snap percentage has gone up over 2 weeks. So, I guess if you're in a pinch and you're looking for some upside, you can play Wicks. But I think Golden and Dobbs are probably the only two.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking like Jordan Love had 31 attempts last week, and I'm trying to see who he attempted. Like, I guess, I mean, 19 for 292 and 2 touchdowns. He had a good week, but the
target leader last week was Kraft, but I mean, he spread the ball around a ton. Savion Williams had a couple targets.
That's what I'm saying. I was trying to figure out where all the targets are going to because, like, I didn't feel like anybody owned the game outside of Kraft. Like, Matthew Golden,
4 of them went to Chris Brooks. So,
and I don't even know who that is.
By the way, I just got to ask: is your AC broke down here? Because I'm about to burst in flames.
It's not broke. I just probably don't have it on because I'm poor and broke.
That's fine
for all of my life.
I'll give you $25 if you turn it on. I swear to God,
it's on. I turned it down extra cold for you.
Oh my God,
it'll take a month to get there, but I turned it down.
There's never been a time I've ever been in your bed. There was a time.
I'm really not that bad right now.
Man,
surprisingly,
I am absolutely getting ready to burst. But,
I think what it is I spent all day in the warehouse at 79 degrees, and my body got accustomed to it. Yeah. So now that I'm in 74,
I ride around in a
amazing.
Truck most of the day. It's at 67 degrees.
That's the best thing I've ever heard, and the worst. Can you drive naked? Because that's where I'd like to be in that weather.
I mean, I could. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I guess if you're super desperate and you're really trying to get an upside play, but you're going to need a touchdown, I think, out of Wicks or Savion Williams. They are prospective ads, though, because I think if there's any injuries above, but you also got to take into account that if Kraft doesn't play, I don't think Musgrave is going to step into the kind of work that Kraft was.
Not that much of a work, so it's got to go somewhere. That's what I was trying to figure out, where I felt confident in saying that these 31 targets would be spread to. How many did Kraft have last week? 6 or 7?
He had 7 targets.
So that means 7 potentially have, because I think he's going to have to throw the ball because they're not going to let him run it. I mean, the Browns' defense they're going to limit Jacobs a lot more than normal. You know what I mean? So I feel like in order for them to win this game,
nobody else really was a target leader.
That's what I'm saying. I think Love's going to have to throw the ball. So I don't know who. I would put my money, I'd say on Dobbs. This may be a sneaky game for Golden. Maybe they give him more targets, but
where did all his targets go last week? I'm sitting here trying to find
the math. Yeah. It's trust me, I was running
7, 5, that's 12, 13, 14. Wicks had 6. So Wicks had 6.
Yeah.
So that's 20. Savion, he didn't have any. He just ran the ball 2 times. That's
Malik
24.
Heath got 1 target for 37
That's 25. So that's 25 if you include Wilson. I don't know where the other 6 went.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of
Did Musgrave play last week and get 6 targets also? He got 2.
He got 2 targets. Yeah, so you know, it's like where does it really going to go? Like, where do you trust with it? So I mean, I guess Romeo Dobbs, and like you said, I feel like taking a shot at Golden, but I would say that Luke Musgrave might be a sneaky play in like DFS, or if you're
Yeah,
hurting
if
for a
Kraft
tight end,
for sure.
if Kraft doesn't play, he could get that touchdown look. That red zone look. So
Agreed. Let's go to the Bengals at the Vikings. Of course, you got Jake Browning starting. You got two backups starting, actually. You got him and Carson Wentz starting. But I think Carson Wentz will be an upgrade over what, is being JJ
what
McCarthy's
JJ's done
been
this season.
Wentz isn't I'm not going to sit there and act like Wentz is a Hall of Famer or anything like that, but he is an accomplished quarterback. He's been in the league long enough, and this is a simple system for veteran QBs, as the past has proven. So if he can play within the system, I'm not looking to play either quarterback in this matchup in a single quarterback league, but I'm more willing to play the Minnesota receivers and feel good about it, as opposed. I mean, I guess I'm really, as far as Chase and Jefferson go, they're going to be played. I don't really feel like they're going to be suffering too much.
No,
I think it'll be an improvement for Jefferson,
and maybe even Chase too. I mean, Chase gets just the same amount of targets from Browning as he does from Burrow. I mean,
it's not as consistent. If you go back to 2023 and look at, it's like it was an alternating,
like a week to week kind of situation.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
he
had a few games. I mean, he was getting 6, 7, 8 targets, but then you have a couple games where he had 4 targets.
Yeah,
so it but you're right. It wasn't like he still was a very good quarterback or receiver in 2023 with Browning at the helm.
Browning, yeah.
So as far as those guys go. But when I'm looking at these, I'm going to play Chase Brown. I think Jordan Mason is a smash. We're going to be talking more about him. But outside of Chase, like I don't really feel good about Higgins. I mean, he did have 8 targets last week, caught 3 of them, caught a touchdown. He did have 14 fantasy points. So it wasn't. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in a full point. I think no, I'm in a half point. But he wasn't terrible. He still had 13 fantasy points, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to play him if I've got him on my team and I don't have better options, but I'm not feeling as certain about it, I guess.
Oh, I understand that.
But there's nobody else I want to play. Tight ends, no other receivers I want to play. There's nobody else except, Naylor. The problem is that you don't know who Wentz is going to like to throw to.
Yeah, you don't know.
I would still probably play Hawkinson, but I guess Thielen in a pinch would be. I would play Thielen over the other receivers besides Jefferson.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I'm not really interested in anything with that. But it's going to be interesting with the 2 backups how they do and how they fare. I'm real interested to see how Wentz does, because I have Jefferson in a lot of places and I need him to keep Jefferson fed.
We need to feed him. He hasn't had. I mean, this season's been a little slow fantasy wise for his points and everything, and we need a good week out of Jefferson. Everywhere I have him, I would love to have a good week. We'll just say that.
The next one we want to talk about is the Rams at the Eagles. We'll talk about the Rams first. Kyron, I'm definitely going to play him, but the usage of Corum last week scares me a little bit for the upside of Kyron. I'm not going to play Corum unless I'm desperate in a multi-flex deep league. If I'm in a 14-man league with like multiple flexes, then maybe I take a shot. But outside of that, I don't want to touch him. But he could have another decent week. Last week we were talking about before the pod. I mean, he only carried the ball 5 times, but it was for 44 yards, and he got a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
He doubled his snap percentages over the last 2 weeks. So, I don't know if it was just because he had the hot hand in that one drive, so they're like, we're going to leave him out there. Dude's gashing him.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's what it was, and it'll go back to being the Kyron Williams show. Puka and Devontae Adams are must plays at this point. They're getting, Devontae Adams had 13 targets last week, dude.
17 of them were in the end zone.
That's crazy. He only had 13, but
I know
17
of them were in the end zone. Yeah. Because 12 of them didn't count because of penalties. I was actually getting mad, and I'm a big Devontae. I got him so many places, but I was getting mad that Stafford kept throwing at him every freaking time.
I asked you, I said, did Aaron Rodgers get traded mid-game or something to the Rams?
I'm telling you, it was I was getting irritated with it. It's so crazy. I was like, what is going on right now?
So yeah, they're both getting hyper targeted, and they're both must plays. Puka had that big run last week, so they're trying to utilize him in a bunch of different ways.
Oh yeah.
The tight end position for the Rams is very interesting right now. Higbee jumped to 75% of the snaps last week, had 4 targets, but he and caught all 4 of them for 37 yards. It's not great, but Davis Allen keeps getting all the touchdowns.
He's got a touchdown a game.
Yeah, he's only had 3 targets, but 2 of them he caught for touchdowns.
Yep.
So, and he's got a touchdown per game, so he's going to finish this season with 17 catches and 17 touchdowns.
Tight end 7. He might even be tight end 6. He's going to push somebody out that nobody's looking at. Just because he gets a touchdown a game, that's all he does.
They're both DFS plays. I wouldn't play them in any leagues. Jalen Hurts, yeah, you're going to play him, but it is concerning that they're not passing the ball. The hope you got to have for this is that the Rams push them and make them do more than just play good defense, run the ball, and dink and dunk.
Yeah.
Because they can throw the ball downfield. Hurts has been a guy who will throw it downfield, but they just haven't had to, and they're winning games. And they're
Unless
dominating.
it was to Jahan Dotson.
Yeah.
Because, the better receiver on the team.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley is obviously a must play. A.J. Brown, I actually benched him in a league.
Yeah.
I benched him. I might have benched him for Keenan Allen in a league. It's a guillotine league, and this will be the week where he goes off.
That's the thing is like it's so tough when you get these, especially what you drafted him, where you drafted him and everything. It's so tough to make that call to sit him for somebody you picked up off waivers.
I'll probably put him back in the starting lineup.
That's what I'm saying.
Sunday.
It's
like when I bench him, I feel good. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, go get on the bench. But then it's like Sunday morning, and I'll be going through my lineups. I'm like, oh, I can't leave AJ Brown on the bench.
Yeah,
and I'll pull him back off, and then whoever I swap him back out will ball out, and he'll get like 2 targets for -5 yards.
And well, he might get 3 yards. He'll get 3 positive yards.
Devonta Smith isn't much better. He was a little better. He has been slightly better than AJ Brown this season, but not a ton.
Not much.
Like you said, the Jahan Dotson, he hasn't been getting any deep passes.
He got 1 deep pass week 1, but I mean that's what I'm saying. It came out of after the week 1. He had 3 targets, and I think AJ Brown had 1, and Devonta Smith had 2. They're like, oh, well, Jahan Dotson's the better receiver on the team. That's why he's getting 3. He only got 1 last week. But
the best receiver on the team is Dallas Goedert.
Yes.
And he's back this week. He had 7 targets and caught all 7 of them in week 1.
He had more targets than all 3 receivers week 1 combined. So,
he had 7 targets in that one game. I was going to say he's got more. No, AJ Brown's got 9 targets. He had 8 last game, caught 5 of them for 27 yards. So.
Yeah, that doesn't help anybody's cause. That doesn't help any cause at all.
No, absolutely. I'd rather you only have 4 targets, but they're all 60-yard bombs.
Yeah,
and maybe if you catch one of them, I'll have a good day.
If he'd had 1 60-yard bomb and caught it, it would be better than what he's done so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to play AJ Brown. If you bench him and he goes off, you're gonna shoot yourself. But if he's in your lineup and he doesn't go off, you can continue to blame it on him.
Yep, you can be like, he's the reason I'm losing this year.
It's not my fault. But if he goes off on your bench, you have to then say that's your fault.
Yep.
So, all right, let's see. Let's move to. This will be an interesting game here. I don't want to spend a ton of time. We'll talk about the Broncos at the Chargers. Bo Nix, Justin Herbert, they're both in your lineup. If you got them, not really need to talk a ton about that. Bo Nix he did step up last week, and Herbert, they've been passing the ball a ton. So, J.K. Dobbins has become a must start. He's been so solid these last 2 weeks.
You got to put him out there until week 6. He has to be in your lineup every week until week 6.
He's been the RB13 or the RB15.
Yeah.
In the last 2 weeks. I don't know what to do with the running backs on the Charger side of the ball. They have not been great. Omarion Hampton has not been great. He's been getting touches. He just hasn't really done anything with them. And then Najee got back into the rotation a lot more last week and ran the ball 8 times. Had 2 catches. So I'm fading that backfield right now.
Yeah, I mean, unless you have to play him, but I mean,
if I have to play somebody, I'm playing Hampton because he's got the juice.
Yeah, when he's getting more touches than Najee, but
and Najee's not going to take one to the house from 40 yards out.
Exactly.
Yeah, Hampton can do that. So Najee's got to have volume to be viable, and he's not going to get enough volume, in my opinion, to be viable. The only thing you can hope for if you got to play Najee is that they use him in the goal line and he stumbles in for a touchdown.
He gets a touchdown, yeah.
Cortland Sutton, yes. Troy Franklin, is it for real? He's had 6 targets and 9 targets. He went from 59 to 83%
Snap
share.
percentage is up.
Yeah.
I think they're liking him. I mean, they're using him more.
Yeah.
And this would be a good game to use him against with the Chargers because Chargers got a pretty decent defense.
Yeah.
And this will be a decider game for me whether I start him every single week for the rest of the season or if I'm like, okay, it was a fluke last week, if that makes sense.
I'm expecting to get Sean Payton, and that means that Marvin Mims is going to get 83% of the snaps and 9 targets this week, and Troy Franklin's going to return kicks.
They're going to flop him out.
Yes, yeah. On the other side, you're playing McConkey, Allen, and Quinshon Judkins. Quinshon Judkins.
It's so
Quentin Johnson.
It sounded right to me. I wasn't going to argue with that. I just was like, yeah, that's him. You know.
Yeah, you're going to play Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
The concern I have is if Patrick Surtain's on Johnson, you're not going to probably have a good day. So
yeah, but I think the smarter play would put him on Keenan Allen, which would leave.
Keenan Allen plays a slot a lot. That's mostly where he's playing out of, and that's not Surtain's.
Yeah, and
He's an
McConkey
outside.
too. So
yeah, I mean they do alternate, but but Quentin is the outside
Yeah, he's
receiver, and
definitely
he's
the
the
outside
touchdown
guy.
guy. So it could be that he moves around. If Keenan Allen splits to the outside, then maybe he shifts over there. But
yeah,
that could actually be good if he's not centered on one person. Then
he's kinda
then
playing all
everybody
around.
could still have a good week when they're not being covered by him.
exactly.
So
In the times he's not covering.
yeah, I'm not playing any tight ends in this game. So
They have tight ends.
no, not really. Denver especially. Let's see. Let's just roll into the primetime games to finish it out. Of course, now my sleeper has froze up. There we go. All right, Kansas City at the Giants.
You mean the 0-2
Kansas
Chiefs?
City? Yeah, at the 0-2 Giants.
Yeah, I'm at the 0-2 Giants. Correct.
Mahomes and Russell. I'm playing Mahomes in this game. He's been pretty as for fantasy. He's
Yeah.
been pretty damn good. He's back up in the mid-20s on average. So yeah, I'm playing him. I am not playing Russell this week. I don't care what he did last week. Not against this defense. I don't want to play any running backs for the Chiefs.
No, me neither. Neither do they.
Even against the Giants, I don't want to play any of
I'm
them.
not interested. No thanks.
No thanks.
No, thank you.
Next.
Can I play Tyrone Tracy instead? Tyrone Tracy instead?
Xavier Worthy, if he's out there, I'll play him. Hollywood Brown hasn't been doing a ton, but he's getting targets. He had 16 in week 1. He had 5 in week 2, and he caught all 5 of them. So, I mean, you hope he gets volume, but he's really the only wide receiver besides Worthy that I would be willing to throw out there with any kind of confidence.
They have been pushing Triquan a little more, like trying to
for
get
the deep balls.
The deep balls.
I mean,
down
if you play Triquan Thornton, you better hope he connects on a 6-yard bomb.
Yeah.
Kelsey has been okay. I mean, his play hasn't looked okay, but he's been okay for fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy wise, he's been all
yeah,
right.
but otherwise, he's besides taking out his own players, he's been kind of bitchy and missing, not like blocking when he should be. I mean,
It's because he's engaged now. He's got
he's engaged
extra
to a
attention.
billionaire. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If I was engaged to a smoking hot billionaire, I'd probably get a little lax in my life as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I got to be working this hard when I'm about to marry a billionaire?
Yeah, I mean, hey,
I'd already quit, to be
I'd
honest with
still
you.
be working.
I wouldn't. Not me.
I'd probably be working twice as hard just to show that I can make $1 billion too.
Let's see. On the other side of the ball, I'm fading all the running backs. I mean, I know that we'll talk more about Scatterboo in a little while, but I know we really want Scatterboo to be the guy, and maybe he will be. He got a lot more usage last week. His percentage went up. This Chiefs defense is tough, especially against run. Malik Neighbors, yes. Wan'Dale Robinson, absolutely.
Yeah, that dude's getting almost double-digit targets every game.
Yeah, 18 targets in 2 games. Last week he actually got some targets downfield and made the best of them. So
He got a touchdown too.
yeah, Theo Johnson's is a dart throw in this game. His snap percentage has been great through the first 2 games. His target share is not, but it did go up a little bit last week. So we shall see. All right, the Monday night game, because that was the Sunday night game. We only got one Monday night game.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions at the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to talk more about Goff in a minute, but I'm fading Goff this game. Lamar's a must play, so there's not a lot to talk there. So is Jahmyr Gibbs, and so is Derrick Henry. I know he didn't look good last week, but you don't sit Henry.
Yeah, you don't sit Henry. There's no way.
You're playing Montgomery as well, and you're playing Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're playing Zay Flowers and Jameson Williams. You play him, but understand that he's probably going to get 4 or 5 targets, and you better hope that they're long ones.
It'll definitely be boom or bust.
Yeah, Laporta. Yeah, you're going to have him out there. I am not playing Mark Andrews. He can go. It's like a fucking egg or whatever. He's tired.
Had 4 targets.
So
in the
tired
last
of Mark
2 games,
Andrews,
man.
man.
It's so bad.
Yeah, and
They ran him out of the backfield last game.
Yeah.
When have they ever done that?
Which means this week they're going to focus on Mark Andrews. He's going to have 9 targets, catch 6 of them for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's how it's going to go. That's the way it's how it always. Last year when he was garbage can, and then all of a sudden, boom, he had a good game because everybody was talking about how terrible he is.
Yeah,
but he's also got stone hands. Whatever instructor that Quinn Johnson and what's his face went to
used to use.
Yeah,
the one they used before the new one.
Yeah. He's still going to the old one. He needs to call the new one.
He needs to hit up the new one, see what's going on.
Because he dropped a touchdown that he should have caught last week. D Hop is interesting. They're talking about getting him more touches. He's caught a touchdown in each of the weeks. His snap percentages still aren't very high, but when he's out there, he's getting the ball thrown to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so if his snap percentage goes up, then his production is going to go up. So I would definitely make a dart. I've been playing him in a couple dynasty, and I've gotten lucky because my team is, I took a shot on D Hop last year because everybody was fading him, and I went out and to get him because I have teams that compete now, and it didn't really pay off a ton last year. So I'm hoping it pays off this year. So there it is. There's the key games. So from there, let me pull these up. I'll read them all this week. He
did a lot better with the.
I threw it to Baker cold to make him read the Buses Ballers.
I don't read so good. I don't do bad. I need to pre-read is what I need. A little preparation time.
No, that's last week's Ballers.
It's in the actual what you call it? In the not general. Pod.
Anyway, this is great right here.
Did you find it?
No, I did not find it.
Okay, it's in the pod. So
it's in the pod. Where's
it's in the pod? Here, just read mine.
Okay. All right, hold on. We got to get his
Buses Ballers.
It don't get much smoother than that song. I'll be honest with you. I don't care how old you are. That song will always hit.
Yeah, every time.
All right, this is Buses Ballers. Okay.
So he made it readable this time.
Yeah, last week he wrote paragraphs, and then we gave him a hard time. So this week, he's dumbed it down for us.
Oh, he's dumbed it way down.
His baller is Drake May because Steelers defense.
There you go. Need you say more? Nope. I think not.
His second baller is Javonte Williams. 15 attempts in week 1, 18 attempts last week. Chicago is 29th against the running backs.
Boom.
I love that.
Eat it.
Jordan Mason, because he's taking over for Aaron Jones.
he's getting all the work now. Yeah, no doubt at all.
CeeDee Lamb, because Chicago's defense is trash. I love it.
Look at this.
And then Nico Collins, 9 targets last week. Should be just as many this week against a softer defense in Jacksonville. Yeah. It's funny is like Nico got a real analysis,
like a real
Javonte got a real analysis, and the rest are just because the Steelers are ass, and Chicago is ass, and he's taking over for this guy.
This is it. So you need to know.
So there it is. There's the ballers this week. It is Drake May, Javonte Williams, Jordan Mason, CeeDee Lamb, and Nico Collins. All right. So next on the list is Daniel's don'ts.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And I love that cut for different reasons, just as much.
It's very lovable.
All right. My don'ts this week. My first one is Cameron Skattebo. Don't hate me. I know he is the greatest running back that's ever going to be. And if he just gets touches, he's going to be amazing. And that might be true. But the Chiefs, first of all, let's start with the Giants. Their offense, despite what they did last week against the Cowboys, their offense is trash. Russell Wilson is trash. Malik Neighbors is not trash, but they're pretty bad. Their O-line is, I ain't going to say it's trash, but it's not great. So, that you got that to contend with, and then the Chiefs are very tough against the run. Week 1, they gave up 90 yards total, the highest one being 48 yards against when they played the Chargers. The highest one on the team, it was Hampton. He got 7.1 fantasy points. He only got 48 yards total. Week 2, Barkley had a good week, but let's think about this for a minute. It's Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Saquon Barkley has the best O-line, and he still struggled for what Barkley does. It took him 22 attempts to get 88 yards. He did get a touchdown. He only caught 2 balls for 6 yards, and he finished with 18 fantasy points. So if Cameron Skattebo is as good as Barkley, then play him. But I think Cameron Skattebo is more on Hampton's level. Therefore, I say don't play him. And also the Chiefs or the Chargers offensive line is better than what the Giants offensive line is. So in my mind, I think that after last week, everybody's hyped. I went out and got Skattebo. I think Skattebo is going to be the main starter for the Giants moving forward. I just don't think this is the week you throw him out there and you know, go, yeah, this is the week he's going to
be the one that's going to run it.
So this will be the week that if someone else went and got him and he goes out there and does terrible, next week you go to trade to get Skattebo.
Yep. You're like, oh, see, this is that's
Are you
all
waiting for them to drop him the waivers after he gets thrashed by the Chiefs? The other one is Jared Goff. Jared Goff is playing the Ravens, and this isn't necessarily because the Ravens have been great against the pass, but we're going to talk for a minute about some splits that you may not be aware of. In the last 2 years, or the last 17 games, or 34 games, 17 home, 17 away. In those games at home, Jared Goff has thrown 42 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. On the road, he's thrown 27 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. His touchdown percentage at home is 7.2%, which is very good. The NFL average is right around 5.5%. And on the road, his touchdown percentage is at 4.8%. His interception percentage is 2.3 on the road and 1.9 at home. He gets sacked 10 more times on the road than he does at home because he's holding the ball. And so I just I don't think he plays well away from home. He's traveling to Baltimore, and well, obviously, because that's what you do when you're on the road. You travel to
essentially.
the other city.
I mean, if that's the reason he's your don't, then you nailed it.
That is the reason, because he has to leave.
He has to leave his home to go play ball somewhere else.
And when I say don't play him, I don't think he's going to score 8 points. I think he's going to be 12 to 15. And I think there are better options out there. I would rather play Daniel Jones over him this week. I might play Mariota over him this week just because Mariota's playing a weaker defense and he will utilize his legs, and Goff is definitely not doing that.
No, he doesn't at all.
And then my last one is Chris Olave at Seattle. Seattle currently is number 1 against wide receivers. They're playing at home. New Orleans is going to have to travel again cross country to play in one of the toughest stadiums. And while Ritter hasn't looked
Rattler.
While Rattler.
There you go.
Thank you.
I was already prepped to say it.
Thanks.
So
hasn't looked great.
I would have said it before you said Ritter, but I didn't want to seem condescending. So
oh, well, no, please condescend away, sir. But I don't think that he's a great quarterback. I don't think he's going to play great as a whole on the road at Seattle. And I think they're going, Olave is going to be the main focus of that secondary. And I think they're going to shut him down. So my don'ts are Cam Skattebo versus the Chiefs at home, Goff at the Ravens, and Chris Olave at Seattle. And let's hit those bottoms.
Unless they happen to be power bottoms.
What's a power bottom?
A power bottom is a bottom that is capable of receiving an enormous amount of power.
An enormous amount of power.
As enormous as we can. Yes, correct. All right, so I brought up one of these guys on the waiver show, and nobody decided to go grab him because he's still only owned in 8% of leagues.
Yeah.
But Miles Sanders for Dallas Cowboys,
He's the backup to have right now.
He's a good one. They're using Javonte more than Javonte's been used in his career.
Yeah.
And at any point in time, I don't want to say it or bring anything up, but at any point in time, you're going to want to have Miles Sanders anyways. But in the last 2 weeks, he's been 4 or 5 carries, 1 or 2 targets. He ended up getting a touchdown last week on the goal line also. I just think that this is kind of progressively moving towards not an entirely split backfield, but going against Chicago, I think Bus said it best. Their defense is ass. So it's like everybody can eat this game. I mean, he's talking Javonte's going to have a game. CD's going to have a game. Get a piece of Miles Sanders too. I mean, he could easily be a flex play in a dire need if you're all these injuries. We've had quite a few injuries, mostly quarterbacks, but I mean, there's still been quite a few injuries out there.
Especially if they're going to keep sitting Blue or not letting him dress.
Not letting him dress out and play and everything. So I think that it's a missed opportunity if you don't go ahead and grab Sanders now as a Baker's bottom. You're not going to be able to get him in 2 weeks if that makes sense.
And if Javonte goes down, Miles Sanders will be the hottest waiver ad next week.
Yeah, everybody's going to be
so if you got a waiver,
running out to grab him.
This real quick aside. If you play whatever leagues you're in, when Sunday starts getting close, so Saturday, usually what I'll do is if I got any space on my roster, if I got somebody who's out and throws in an IR, even if I know they're going to be back, if there's somebody that's just not dressing and they're not playing and they're only out, they're a healthy scratch, I still move them to the IR and I go find any backup running back I can find. I don't care if it's a third string backup running back. I go find whatever backup running backs I can find and I throw them on my roster because you don't know what's going to happen. If somebody gets hurt, you can be ahead of the waivers just because you were smart enough to say, I got a bench spot. I'm going to throw Miles Sanders at the bottom. Boom. Next week, you got the top waiver ad, and it's already on your bench.
Yep.
And so
I do in every league. As soon as someone goes out or IR,
backup running backs,
go grab backup running backs.
And then the next thing, just to keep going, if there's no backup running backs to grab, then I go look at tight ends. I go look at any tight end that might be a starting tight end that maybe isn't getting targets, and it's like a Davis Allen or something like that, and I throw them because wide receivers are generally a dime a dozen, and it's also hard to figure out. And if you're in leagues with multiple flexes or whatever, the wide receivers, unless there's somebody like a Diami Brown, I would grab a Diami Brown, a Hunter Renfrow, something like that in a redraft league just to have them in case they go off again this week. And you're like, oh, okay, well, this guy's going to be a lot more involved. But it's running backs and then tight ends for me, generally, when I look for waiver ads right before the week starts.
Same.
And then if nothing happens, and then I cut them when I got to bring the guy off IR.
Yeah, and just drop it and move it right back and move on with your business.
Yeah, and then do it all again next week when he's a healthy scratch again. And then you go, why are you keeping this healthy scratch? Because at some point, Jaden Blue is going to get to play, and he's going to be great. I just know it. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so you definitely, I'm out there looking for him. He's only owned in 8% of leagues, which I think
Miles Sanders
personally is a little low. Yeah, Miles Sanders. Next, tight end, 5% of leagues, Tyler Higbee. And he got 4 targets. He caught all 4 last week. They're playing against a way tougher defense in Philadelphia this week, which I think they're going to have to utilize Tyler Higbee a little more. Right. In my opinion, I mean,
that's the one that and slot receiver are the two quote weaknesses
that they have the weaknesses
which they're not really weak, but they're weaker than every other part of their defense.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at freaking Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua getting all the targets, which as they will, but there's going to be times when Higbee's wide ass open, he's going to get him the 12-yard first down and
stick mover.
It's going to be one of those where I think he gets 7-8 targets this game, and on a Baker's bottom, you could get 10-12 points.
Well, he went from like 1 target then to 4 last week, right? And his snap percentage doubled
from none to 4, and then he went from 58 to 75.
Well, not double. So he jumped,
but yeah, jumped up 50%, 50% over. Yeah,
and if he's not out there, I would just say then go Davis Allen.
Yeah, just grab
he's
Davis
not
Allen.
I don't think he's going to get the same targets, but he's getting red zone targets. He's had a touchdown in 2 straight weeks,
which works.
You may get lucky and get a touchdown with him.
And this one, I say, with little and all the hesitation. So Tampa Bay's playing against the New York Jets, and I feel that they're going to try their best to lock out Evans and Ibuka.
Yeah,
and they're not going to be able to.
Ibuka's also questionable, so you have to monitor that.
But Sterling Shepard, this dude is getting 6, 4,
That's
5 last year, 6, 8,
him
10
and Baker
targets.
went to college together. That's his boy, man.
This guy, and he's only owned 2% of leagues.
Yes.
I mean, in these deep leagues, when you're looking for somebody that's going to get you points, I'm not saying he's going to have a 30-point week for you, but he's going to get you 5, 6, 8 points on 8 targets. You can't turn this down. I mean,
in that guillotine league I'm in, we have 4 or 5 flexes, and he's been my last flex play.
I mean,
for the last 2 weeks.
you got
he
to.
hasn't
It's
like won me a week,
Yeah,
but
but
he's been for the 4th flex in an 18-man league. Yeah,
man, he's
all right.
not scoring you 0. That's the thing with this is we're 2 weeks into the season. His snap percentage has increased from 64 to 75%, and against New York, he's gonna have to be the reason that they win the game.
The only caveat I'll throw in is if for some reason, Godwin. If Godwin does play, which I don't think they've ruled him out for this week yet. I think they're going to, but if he does play, then I would scratch Shepard.
I show him as out.
Yeah. Okay. So he is out.
He's ruled out for Sunday,
okay. So he's But I think Shepard I think he should be a Baker bottom every week as long as Godwin's out. But just because of the target share, he's going to get 4, 5, 6 targets a game,
and it could easily turn into more than what he's getting right now.
Yeah.
Especially if they got some jokers covering him.
Don't say joker. That's a trigger word for me right now.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad. But yeah, that's the Baker's bottoms this week. Miles Sanders, which I never thought I'd say, and Tyler Higbee, which is another one that I'm, and Sterling Shepard.
I thought you had an honorable mention. That
I
was
do
at
have an honorable
17%.
mention. He's owned in 17% of leagues.
For anybody who wonders, Baker tries to stay 10% or under with his bottoms. That's how deep he digs into his bottom.
I want it to be nobody is looking at these people, and
all
when they hit,
the knuckles disappear.
When they hit, you're going to be like, damn.
Yeah.
And that's all I want. That's all I want.
Yeah.
But honorable mention, he was a little. His snap percentage went up a little last week, and while Chubb does look okay, I don't know that Chubb's back to full percent. I think Woody Marks is going to get a little more play as we increase, especially since Texans haven't looked that great collectively. But he had a big play with a 37-yard catch this last week. He got 4 or 5 touches, but he's owned in 17% of leagues already, which is a little high to me. But I still feel like everybody else is thinking like I am. This dude's going to break up.
I've got him stashed on several rosters. I've obviously not played him, but he's somebody. He's one of those that at the end of the week, I'm like, oh, why do I should I get rid of this guy and grab somebody else? But I keep holding on for the same reason that you're talking about. Like I want Chubb to be the comeback scenario of the season, but he's looked just about average at running back.
He's not been the Chubb we know.
There's not a lot of bursts. There's not a lot of acceleration of what we're used to at Chubb, and I think Woody Marks is that burst, that acceleration. And if we could get Ogunbowale off the field, then Woody Marks could get a whole lot more play.
More. I mean, last week Chubb got the touchdown, but I'm not too sure they didn't let him get the touchdown so the ball can come back to him.
Yes, 100%.
To run the field. So I mean,
if you watch the play, they
kind of just exactly. So I mean, that to me tells me that Woody Marks can have a shot at this too, and kind of get out there. And it's just going to take that one play. You're going to be glad you had him. So.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's hit our smashes. Give me something for the smash. Something we hadn't heard in a minute. Go to the bottom of the list.
Let's go.
I love that so
That's
much.
a good one too.
What is this?
It doesn't want to play.
I am the one, your son don't need the gun to get respect.
That's not bad. I like that.
Okay, that works.
All right,
that works. That's our smashes.
Yeah. All right. Go
we
ahead.
are the four we pick every week. There we go.
We pick a QB, running back, wide receiver, and tight end smash. So my quarterback smash this week is Drake May versus the Steelers. It's basically the same reason that that Bus gave. And I'm going to tell you, I read his ballers fresh. I did not look at them before the show. So because I have a couple of his ballers as my smashes.
As your smashes.
Yeah. But
that's some shitty defenses, man. You got to get it.
Next week, I probably will look at his ballers, so we're not crossing streams. But my quarterback smash this week is Drake May versus Steelers, and because it's the Steelers defense, and they're trash right now.
And I can get on board with that.
Yep.
My quarterback smash this week, and
Is it Dylan Gabriel?
Yes. It is Dylan Gabriel versus whatever team they're playing against. It's a revenge game because they haven't let him play all season.
And he's not even the starter yet. But you're going ahead and call it.
Go ahead and call it now so that when everybody's like, what the fuck? I'll be like, I told y'all.
I told you he's going to come in. He's going to smash. He's going to be amazing.
No,
that offense is going to be so much better.
I'm looking at Bo Nix this week. It's against the Chargers defense, which is kind of a
Middle of the road.
But I feel like Bo Nix can overcome it. He had a good week last week. Everything's on the up and up. We're moving forward. He's washing his hands of week one. Things are on the up and looking good. So I think he's going to come out there and just blow it. It's going to be a pass game. It's going to be a high shootout game. I think
it's going to be a shootout as well.
It's going to be a lot of yards.
It is definitely one of the higher quote point total game of the week.
Yeah, for overall. And I want to be part of this game.
Quote, but anyway.
You don't want to be the one misquoting anybody.
Never.
But, exactly. But yeah, so I'm looking at Bo Nix against the Chargers this week. That's my smash.
Love it.
And then my wide receiver smash, my forever smash apparently this week. He's my new key, my DK Light.
Oh, yeah?
Devontae Adams.
Oh yeah.
I'm loving this guy. Last week he got like 130,240 targets.
All in the end zone.
All in the red zone. Yeah, all in the end zone.
Well, he is elite, like you said before the season. He
This
is
dude
still elite.
is elite when he gets thrown to 32 times.
I could be elite at
I'm just saying. But yeah, like I don't know. I got a feeling about this against the Eagles. I think the Rams are going to push them. Everybody's going to be like, wow, the Rams might be somebody we need to watch.
Yeah, their defense is
gonna
solid. They're one of the sneaky teams. I love that.
It's going to be a good game, and it's going to be on the shoulders of Devontae Adams. I think he has another similar week with 13, 12 targets, and Puka's still going to eat too. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be like they're going to shut the Eagles defense down a little bit. They're going to push them back a little bit. So
I like to hear it. My wide receiver smash, I went deep. I went with a Baker Bottom-esque smash this week.
Oh yeah.
And this might be a homer pick, but Hunter Renfrow, and look, I've been putting my money where my mouth is in some of my dynasty leagues where I'm playing Hunter Renfrow in my flexes over. I can't even think off the top of my head players, but people
It's
like
probably
Hollywood Brown.
Oh, wrong Brown. Sorry.
I'm considering it. But Hunter Renfrow last week had 9 targets. He started when the team started to emerge, when they started to move the ball, it was to Hunter Renfrow. Ted McMillan is still the dude there, but Hunter Renfrow is the experienced receiver. He's the veteran guy. He's the stick mover. He is the safety blanket for Bryce Young right now, and I think he's becoming what Adam Thielen was. Xavier Legette looks like garbage can in so many different ways, and he's also questionable, so he may not play this week. And if he doesn't play, then it makes this so much better of a pick. So my smash is Hunter Renfrow versus Atlanta, who's not. Their defense is better this, but it's not like they're locked down. And Renfro's going to play a ton out of the slot, and so they're also down their best. AJ was it Terrell? I don't know his first name, but their best corner in Atlanta is out, so they're hurting in that secondary. So, yeah, Hunter Renfrow versus Atlanta is my wide receiver smash, and then my running back smash is another one of Bus's ballers, and it is Jordan Mason versus the Bengals. He is the dude. AJ Brown is out. The Bengals are a soft defense. And, with a competent quarterback, as far as being able to read defenses, make the correct audible calls and protection calls at the line, seeing things the way they should be seen in Carson Wentz, I think Jordan Mason is going to have a better week where he's not going to have to work as hard. And I think you're actually going to see this Minnesota offense work in a lot more efficient way where you're going to go, wow, that's the team that's been making the playoffs the last few years. That's the team that's solid because now they have a quarterback who can direct things and be that point guard that really what this system calls for. This system doesn't necessarily need a game-changing type quarterback. It just needs a point guard, somebody who can make the right reads, make the right throws, make the right protection calls and things like that, and audible calls behind the lines. So I think that's going to happen this week, and you're going to see Jordan Mason be one of the beneficiaries of that.
I like that a lot.
So who is your running back smash?
My running back smash is Alvin Kamara versus the Seahawks.
Super Camario?
Oh, yes. Please give me him all day long because the Seahawks can shut the run down, but they cannot stop a pass catching back.
Nah.
It's insane.
Well, you can't stop Kamara.
Well, you can't stop Kamara. Won't stop Kamara. It just he's going to eat. But
the most quiet I'm pretty sure he's RB1 this season right now.
He is
the most quiet.
He is an RB1.
Yeah, top 12 running back thus far this season.
His career, like it's so much. How many people sleep on Kamara with what he's done? A lot of it's based on pass catching, not necessarily the running back. Run him up the gut that everybody likes and all that stuff. But this guy is just out there making money every day on the field.
McCaffrey light.
He is. He really he does so great, and especially for their Rattler or whatever. Like
it's Riddler.
Oh, it's one of them. It's whatever the one he is.
No, it's Rattler.
But yeah, like I don't know. I think this is. I went back. You look at the last two games against the Seahawks and everything. They shut the run. They slow the run down. They hold them to like 3-4 yards a carry, but for some reason, they cannot stop the catches for the running backs. They're putting up 60, 80 yards, more over than rushing. So I just think Kamara.
Well, that's because the middle of their defense is soft, which is we'll talk more about that in a minute.
Which is what Kamara is going to eat on all game long. It's not going to be pretty, but he's going to get you 8-10 catches and probably like 60 yards, and he might end up squeaking a touchdown or two out of it.
Especially if they shut down the wide receivers the way that I think they're going to focus on doing, then their target's got to go somewhere.
Like you said with Olave, if he's not getting it, Kamara's going to get it. So, and then I'm going with Old Man Ertz against Las Vegas.
Old Man Ertz.
Old Man Ertz, man.
Old Man Ertz.
For here on out, this guy, he plays.
Somebody say my name. Go back to sleep, Grandpa.
I feel like this guy plays like every check he gets is at each game. He's like living week to week for his paychecks, and if he doesn't perform that week, he doesn't get paid. I mean, and with Mariota starting, I just feel like Ertz is going to be wide ass open, and Mariota's going to see it. He's just going to know.
He's got to get them incentives, baby. He's trying to get that retirement money.
Everybody's trying to buckle this down. I think Ertz is going to have a big week.
AA Ertz P.
Yes, exactly. I think Mariota goes out there and he targets Ertz multiple times in the red zone. He comes down with at least one touchdown, if not multiple. So.
My tight end is Juwan Johnson. Again, the Saints, talk about Kamara catching passes and how weak the Seattle is against pass catching running backs.
Yep.
Well, they're also the weakest team after 2 weeks against tight ends. And
nice.
They're in their middle of the field, their safeties, their linebacking pass coverage apparently is not up to snuff, and teams have been taking advantage of that. So I think this week, while they try, like we talked about, shut down the wide receivers, the beneficiary could very well be Kamara and Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson has been getting 10. I think he's close to 9 targets a game he's averaging right now.
That makes sense.
And he's become the number 1 target receiver for this offense. And he also gets, targets, red zone targets. So you get the touchdown upside with him. He's not, with Ertz, I love the Ertz pick, but Ertz, even though he got the touchdown last week, he's not their top red zone target.
Yeah.
Juwan Johnson is one of their top red zone targets. So you get the target, you get the volume, plus you get that red zone upside of hopefully you can get a touchdown out of it too.
We don't know who Mariota's going to target in the red zone.
That's true.
He may target the defense. I may be calling this completely wrong.
It would be a first time for him.
Or second or third or fourth but still,
So Juwan Johnson. So there it is. My smash is quarterback Drake May, running back Jordan Mason, Hunter Renfrow wide receiver, and Juwan Johnson for tight end. Hit yours one more time.
Mine was Bo Nix at quarterback, wide receiver Devontae Adams, running back Alvin Kamara, and Zach Ertz at old man Zach Ertz to be specific.
There it is.
At tight end. That's it.
All right. Well, give me what's that last one at the very bottom? Hit that, and we'll go into our DPS.
Are you serious right now, bro?
That one?
Are you serious right now?
Yes, I'm serious. We're gonna hit our.
Are you serious?
We're gonna hit our DFS.
Oh shit! I forgot we did that. Hold on. I gotta pull that up.
Yeah, so I have lost 2 weeks in a row. I'm not used to that. I'm switching up my strategy this week. I spent money.
You went big balling on this one.
I went big balling. I put them on the table. I'm tired of getting beat.
That's crazy because I went low balling on this one, man. I went super
you
low.
live your life low balling.
I do.
So I'll go ahead and kick off at quarterback. I have Dak Prescott.
It's crazy. I don't want to interrupt, but I'm going to interrupt. So I changed my lineup just before while we were talking.
Yeah.
Like I had Dak Prescott as my quarterback.
Yeah.
And I changed it to somebody completely
Well,
different.
who'd you change it to?
So that I could spend money elsewhere. Because I really wanted to spend money elsewhere. And while we were talking everything else, I convinced myself to go with somebody else.
All right, who'd you go? You went with Mariota, didn't you?
No, I went with Carson Wentz.
Oh, snap. I
did.
convinced you.
You did. You convinced me. We were talking earlier, and I was like, you know what? Because that gave me $2,800.
Yeah.
Because how much is Dak?
5,900.
It gave me $1,900.
$1,900, yeah.
Because Carson Wentz is only $4,000. So
Yeah, that ain't bad.
that's the bottom of the
Yeah,
bottom.
so you're really only needing 12 points from him, and you'll have a good day.
If he throws 2 touchdowns, I'm set.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all he needs to do. So, but yeah, sorry.
Yes. So go. Yeah, no. My quarterback is Dak Prescott at 5,900, and you got.
Carson Wentz at 4,000.
All right, hit your running backs for me.
Running back, you're gonna love this. Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
My top 2 that's my 2 running backs right there.
Well, my top 2 running backs are Christian McCaffrey at 8,200 and Bijan Robinson at 7,900.
Bijan's gonna eat. We gotta
Play
cancel
your
out
running
somewhere.
backs against Carolina.
Oh yes, please
Always.
do, please do.
Yes. My wide receivers are. I had to go. Here's where I had to make up the money. I did go CeeDee Lamb 8,000 to stack him with Prescott, but I had to go cheap with the other 2. So I went I went with 2 New England.
Oh.
Yeah. I went with Keyshawn Boutte, $4,600.
Nice.
He's been getting the targets, and I went with Mac Hollins, 3,100. I hope Mac Hollins gets me a
Nice.
touchdown, baby. All right, who are your wide receivers?
What's your other? You play 3
Oh, is
receivers?
CeeDee Lamb. I stacked him with
that's
Dak.
right. You said CD.
Yeah.
That's right. So I went. I'm playing upside. They're playing against a shitty defense. We talked about it earlier. But Roma Dunze, $5,300, playing against Dallas.
Yeah.
I got Michael Pittman out there playing against Tennessee, $4,900, and then Diami Brown, $4,400.
So you didn't
playing against.
So you didn't go with any upper echelon.
I didn't.
You stayed.
I
mid.
went middling. I went because Roma Dunze is balling right
that
now.
means you got a high dollar flex.
Oh, and a high dollar tight end.
Yeah.
So,
Well, go ahead and hit.
but the good news is the flex isn't going to hurt you because
I feel like we're both going to have the same defense, but we'll get to that in a minute. Go ahead and hit your tight end and flex then.
my flex right now is not going to hurt you at all.
Yeah.
Because I got Christian McCaffrey in my flex.
so we cancel out McCaffrey and Bijan.
And Bijan, those are going to
Shit.
cancel out. There's no way we're going to score 1,000,000 points on each other when we both score 1,000,000 points.
Yeah.
There's no way. But my tight end, Trey McBride. This is going to be.
Yeah, you spent up.
This is going to be the tight end. This is going to be when he gets his touchdown. It's going to be
He's the highest tight end in the slate.
in
if I'm
this
not right.
slate. Correct. He is. And I had to have him. I was just like, I wanted him so bad because that's why I went and swapped Dak Prescott for Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Or I would probably have whoever your tight end is. Is it Davis Allen?
Nope, it is Juwan Johnson at
Juwan Johnson.
$3,900. Yeah, I could for that price to be in the top
Yeah.
target getter against Seattle. Worst against they're not worse according to. I should give them the credit. According to DraftKings, they're 31st.
Okay,
they're not
second worst.
32nd. Yeah,
I got you.
So, but and then my flex, I went with Breece Hall.
Oh, nice.
The Jets are playing against Tampa. You got a backup quarterback. They're going to lean on the run, I think. They're going to lean on Breece. And Tampa has a weakness against running backs. So
Yeah.
I think Breece is going to be great. And then I feel like we both probably got the same defense. I went with the Raiders against
You goddamn
Washington.
right. You went with the
Yes.
Raiders.
Yeah, they're cheap. They're $2,300. And they're playing against Marcus Mariota.
And Mariota's starting. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't not take
Yeah.
that. I mean, look, trust me.
My eyes lit up when I saw them down at the bottom. And then I saw it.
Same.
And I was like, hell yeah.
So that's where I start, and that's where it was.
So I'll run through my DFS. I had $100 left over. So,
I spent exactly my limit.
I got Dak Prescott at quarterback stacked with CeeDee Lamb and Mac Hollins and Boutte, also wide receiver with Lamb. And my running backs are McCaffrey and Bijan Robinson. And then at tight end, I got Juwan Johnson. Breece Hall is in my flex and the Raiders defense.
Well, I kicked it off with Carson Wentz at quarterback, Bijan and Jonathan Taylor as my 2 top running backs, Roma Dunze, Michael Pittman Jr., and Diami Brown in my wide receiver spots, Trey the Man McBride in my tight end, Christian McFucking-Caffrey in my flex, and the Raiders' damn defense down in my defense. So
Christian McFucking. You can say that when he's good and when he's not
That's
playing.
what I'm
If
saying,
either
like,
one, it's
it-
like it fits.
it fits.
It's just the tone with what you said.
It's like a
If
hat.
if he scores you 30 points, you're like, that's Christian
Christian
McFucking Caffrey.
Yep.
And then if he gets injured, that's like Christian fucking carefree. So yeah, it works both ways.
It's like a 7 5/8 fitted cap. It's perfect. It's a perfect fit.
That'd be too tight on my head, bro.
Well, it's probably too tight on mine because I made up the measurement. But I know that it's a number that people can wear, and I want to reach out to my fans and have something in common with them.
I thought you somehow thought that was the perfect size.
No, I have no idea what perfect size fits this melon right here. No idea.
Oh God.
No idea.
All right. Well, there it is. If anything we say or do helps you get to that average place in your leagues, that means we did our job, because when you finish average, Matt,
You don't lose.
that's right. So we hope you guys have a good fantasy week out there, and we shall talk to you next week.
Later.
Holla.